Hello, dear viewers. I Polozov A, Doctor of Education, Ural Federal University, Yekaterinburg, IT Professionals Rating Technology Institute of Physical, Culture, Sport and Youth Policy, Ural Federal University, Yekaterinburg. I want to tell you today about an interesting opportunity. I know how to hold international championship, which is open to all comers, even teams at any level. This formula is similar to the Swiss system, but such possibility in sports top level ignored. Let's do a few test tournament on the rating formula. We draw attention to the problem, then international championship. We all can be held to participate. You can write to me. My email address you see on the screen. I also have a personal site, while it is true in Russian. I'm doing research in the field of sports ranking for 20 years. During this time, several books. I want to present some of them to you. First of all, this is the book Rating in Sports, Yesterday, Today and Tomorrow, which has been published by Soviet Sport in 2007. In 2011, the publishing house of Business and Life in Moscow published a book, Encyclopedia Rating, Economy, Sport and Society. In it, I was looking for a topic generalization ranking for various areas. I have a study in the psychology of sport. This is the book module Psychological Structure in the Sport. It deals with the types of personality, types, nature and types of intelligence. I myself played indoor soccer, so I could not pass by this sport. First, it is carried out its work, and then wrote a book, New Technologies in Training Teams. I had to do joint research with the Russian Federation Team Sports. In particular, in 2008, I was doing research level playing hockey for the Continental Hockey League Ice Hockey Federation of Russia. The same year, a similar study was done for the Russian national team. Today, I cannot remember most of my first book in 1995. It was a monograph. The short form will bring some of the most significant publications of particular highlight of my master's and doctorate. They were both devoted to the theme ranking in the sport. First of all, we need to understand what is the score, what exactly are we looking for. Researchers understand how different is this word, ranking in sport. What does that mean? We will see a lot of different opinions, and we must be prepared for the fact that summarize all these opinions we need to formulate a view, which absorbs all suggested. Rating, individual numerical fact rating, conventional numerical fact rating, shift in the area of positive integers, result, participant, universal, hypothetical, circular, Masrow tournament a year. Ranking, table tennis team hereinafter, rating, a numerical expression of the power play table. Tennis, more importance. Rating means a stronger game of table tennis. The individual coefficient is a measure of his chess practical force, expressed in numerical form. Rating, as an evaluation of one relative to the other person involved, is used in many industries and activities. Rating, evaluation of public recognition of business viability. Rating, a term derived from the theory of probability and statistics. Rating is the share won by the information space. Rating is the amount of labor expended. Rating, a stimulus. The basis of the are rated based on the principle, do not record the success or failure of the last teams in the competition, and to encourage the upgrade instruction in current events. Rating, the space occupied by an athlete. Rating is the location athletes are ranked according to the level shown athletic performance. Rating, to identify the strongest team altogether. Summed up, ratings cannot be certain unknown individual numerical coefficient. This is not the solution, but an escape from it. Ratings cannot in any way represent the space occupied by the athletes. Place determined by the rating, but not the rating of the place ranking on a force play. Skill. This is the right direction for further reflection, but not up them, just some intermediate stage. Ranking the party as a result of total macro tournament summarizes all of the above opinion. This is the power of the game and recognition, and the national team, took and so on. Let's see what are the stages of ranking in the sport. 1. Rating, the view of the expert group. In particular, the assignment of rank. A title of the athlete is another option summarized by such classifications can be the words uncle said. The only difference is that the uncle can be not only neutral judge, but the real opponents. 2. Information mixture. All the information about the object collapses into a single mass, and who it will be more, that will be a priority. The main problem of such classifications, rating has no physical meaning, and composite non-linear ingredients interact with each other. Throwing up is one, then the other. 3. Bonus classification. Rating. For each occupant in the competition receive points that are added to the end of the year. Thus is formed the final rating. It is about transforming the bonus point system. This is a more differentiated approach. 4. Rating is a result of the formula for success. Success rates are taken and summarized in the magical formula. An example of such a formula: calculation of the coefficient of utility player in basketball. However, these formulas do not have the capacity to change, and gradually their efficiency drops. 5. Serial conversion. Rating in the direction of greatest athlete balance rankings and results. This LO-like classification, implicitly using the solution of linear equations. This kind of classification of trying to improve perfect formula ALO. As a result, they're composed of patches. Uncle Tom's Cabin. All want to repair, who will build it? 6. Rating, the result of a hypothetical member of the global chaotic macro tournament, which is defined by an explicit system of linear equations, the SLE, where the party is offset all the factors that create unequal conditions. Chaotic macro tournament consists of a set is not always related micro tournament cup, regular season international tournaments. 7. Real global macro tournament results are presented in the form of ranking. The prototype of such a global macro is a Swiss system tournament. Real global macro tournament will only be ensured if the convergence of expected and actual results. We call rating shifted into the region of positive integers. Result participant universal. Hypothetical circular macro year tournament. Suppose you had 10 meetings in the tournament. If any of the opponents no rating, then it is assigned the average value, 2200. Average rating of your opponents, even 2500, you won 7-3. Your rating for this tournament will be. We simply solve the system of linear equations. It can solve itself, but you can do it by successive recalculations. The figure shows the order of Rating system can be many. The task of ranking admits many solutions, but of all of them can be only one. This is the easiest and most accurate. The main criterion for selection of the rating, the convergence of expected and actual results. However, this requires a direct link between the rating and the result of a personal meeting. In order to prove the convergence in 2000, I compared the results of which were on the European Football Championship with the expected results obtained from the ranking. As you can see, they are very close. All existing formulas for tournaments are usually compared with a circular system. It defaults to the best. All other formulas can be evaluated in terms of accuracy of the tournament award. Compared with a circular formula, the worst is the Olympic formula. Another problem macro tournament is semi-isolated microtournary. This is when the two groups of participants join together a few results. Tournament formula to overcome this problem. Suppose we have 8 players, ratings which we must learn to. Suppose that participants A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H are rated 2,900, 2,700, 2,500, 2,300, 2,100, 1,900, 1,700, 1,500.3. Can we establish the rating of the current result? 4. Let's see the formula in the action. In a personal meeting we get results based on the difference in the ratings. How we can get the ratings during the tournament? Let's see. Suppose what actually ATINGSPARTIESTA, but WEITS not know. However, we will get phys actual DIFFEINCEATINGS of results personal meetings. If meet the team with a difference of 200 points, to score game WILLMET this difference. As if we do not know the ratings of the participants. However, at the time of a personal meeting using the difference in the ratings playing teams, will I get through 3 rounds? We actually value rating. As you can see, we get, provided that the parties keep the level of play stable. How the competition is taking place? The system is similar to the Swiss system. At the start, everyone is assigned a rating of 2,200, general list of participants at the start of randomly generated in the first 2 rounds. Each participant plays a neighbor above and neighbor from the bottom. For example, 2 plays with number 1 and number 3, and number 3 with number 2 and number 4. This is in order. After 2 rounds began to work the system of linear equations. After the second and each subsequent rounds is determined by the rating of each of the participants in solving the system of linear equations. It is the sum of the rating score of his opponent and the result of the meeting. The result is multiplied by 1,000 to respect the difference between application and missed punches to their sum. In each subsequent duel meet opponents with the most similar values of rating. Given the right opponent's Masro tournament, each participant at the time of completion will be 0 or close to 0 difference. The maximum total duration is macro tournament 2t equals n, where n, the number of participants, and t, the number of rounds to actual required number of rounds. Macro tournament with the possible number of participants. The density of the location, 7. At the end of 7 rounds it's possible to form the final outcome of several circular microturner. Strongest participants played with the earlier meeting between the 2 contest participants expenditures by with the highest affinity in the level of results. Participants of the competitions will play with the neighbors above and below. Gradually athlete gets in equal his ability environments with 0 difference to a personal meeting. Participant moves on the rating. scale until full balance of his neighbors with ordinary rating acquisition gives the result of A. Personal meeting participants who do not meet. So rating economic benefits. These results are equivalent to the results of a global round macro tournament. The results do not depend on draw, the sequence and the state of the meetings and get together whenever they are consistent. There are only equal or very close and forces rivals. Match fixing is not possible. Rivals many years may not meet again. Can I have this formula to combine men's, women's, children's events? Of course yes. Strong girls can without difficulty winning the least strong men. When summarizing the results will be the general ranking list of all participants. Will list where only the men, women and children's unit. Is it possible to close one tournament for all weight classes in martial arts? Typically, weight category allows contestants meet with the difference in weight of about plus or minus 7%. If he weighs 60 kilograms, you can spend a duel with his rival 64 kilograms. That in turn can compete with rival 70 kilograms, and so on. We can conduct macro tournament as a personal championship in a team sports without changing the structure games. For this game to split micro match, they each plays with the number of games everyone equally accumulated, then player date scored and goals. In micro matches tell us about the level of his game. Better players with the positivity difference. Then comes in stronger micro tournament. All were considered similarly. Imagine that play 2 against 2. In the first macro match numbers 1 and 2 versus 3 and 4. In the second macro match numbers 1 and 3 to 2 and 4. In the third macro match numbers 1 and 4 versus 2 and 3. Everyone has played with each equal to the number of games and cons of each as well. Therefore, no one can say that his opponent scored a good difference because he got stronger partners. Final scored macro match difference. This is the difference that makes the player playing for the team and believes it is her rating. Tournament consists of macro control games, each of which consists of micro games. As a result, better players go to the stronger macro tournament. Similarly, we can host a global international championships in football, volleyball, hockey and others with all comers.